Can a stay-at-home mom and with zero income really save $20,000? Most people would say impossible. But I'm here to tell you, I did it. And here's how. Hi, my name is Jessica, and I live in California. If you met me a few years ago, you'd probably see a young, energetic woman working hard at a convenience store near the corner of our street. I was always cheerful, greeting customers with a smile, making small talk as I scanned items, and humming songs between shifts. I enjoyed the rhythm of my days. It made me feel alive and independent. That's where I met Jack. Jack worked as a construction worker at a site not too far from the store. He would often stop by during his lunch breaks, usually picking up a bottle of water, a sandwich, and a small snack. At first, it was just casual hellos, friendly smiles. But after a few weeks, we started chatting more, like about the weather, about our favorite foods, about how tired we both were after long days. Jack had kind eyes and a calm way of talking that made me feel safe. He wasn't flashy or overly talkative, just steady and real. One afternoon, he shyly asked if I wanted to grab a cup of coffee after work. I said yes. That simple yes changed everything. Over the next 6 months, we saw each other almost every day. He'd walk me home after my shift, bring me small treats, or just sit with me and listen as I talked about my dreams. He came from a hardworking family and carried a quiet determination that I deeply admired. After half a year of dating, we decided to get married. It wasn't a big wedding, just close family, a few friends, and lots of laughter. I wore a simple white dress. He wore a suit that didn't quite fit, but he looked perfect to me. We moved into a small 2-bedroom apartment not far from my parents' house. Life felt hopeful. I was still working at the convenience store, and Jack was earning a decent wage at the construction site. We didn't have much, but we had love and dreams. A few months into our marriage, I found out I was pregnant. The news brought tears to my eyes, joyful tears mixed with a little fear. I imagined holding our baby, decorating the nursery, starting a family. But reality soon followed. Pregnancy wasn't easy. The morning sickness, the fatigue, the doctor visits, they took a toll. By the 4th month, my body couldn't handle the long hours standing behind the counter anymore. I had to quit my job. That was when things began to shift. Suddenly, our entire household depended solely on Jack's income. And he wasn't just supporting me. My parents were living with us too. And Jack insisted on helping them with groceries and bills because they were getting older. It was a lot for one man to carry, and I could feel the weight pressing down on our shoulders every single day. At first, I tried to ignore the stress. I told myself everything would work out. Jack was strong, and I'd go back to work after the baby arrived. But deep down, I knew the truth. 1 income, 4 people, rising rent, doctor appointments, baby expenses. It wasn't sustainable. Every paycheck disappeared before the month ended. There were weeks when I'd sit at the kitchen table staring at the bills, wondering how we'd make it to next Friday. Then one evening, while balancing our checkbook, I noticed something terrifying. We had less than $300 in our account. 1 unexpected medical bill, 1 car repair, and we'd be drowning. That night, I cried quietly beside Jack as he slept. I felt helpless. I remembered all the times I'd wasted money before, the new clothes I didn't need, the beauty products sitting unopened, the takeout meals that could have been home-cooked dinners. I realized something had to change. We needed a safety net. We needed an emergency fund. So I made a decision. I set a goal. I will build a $20,000 emergency fund. Even if I'm staying at home, even if it takes years, I'll make it happen. When I told Jack, he smiled and said, "I believe in you, Jess. Let's do it together." That small encouragement became my fuel. I promised myself I would be the kind of woman who fights for her family's security, even without a paycheck. Step 1, cutting out unnecessary spending. The first thing I had to face was my spending habits. Before marriage, I had been what you'd call a casual spender. I didn't think twice before clicking add to cart. A cute dress on sale? Bought? New lipstick? Why not? An adorable kitchen gadget I'd seen on Instagram? Ordered. By the time I got married, I had drawers full of things I hardly used, yet zero savings. So I took a deep breath and made a promise. No more unnecessary spending. I grabbed my laptop, opened my bank statements, and went through every expense from the past few months. I was shocked. Hundreds of dollars gone each month. Not on essentials, but on things that didn't truly matter. That night, I deleted all my shopping apps. Amazon, Shine, Sephora, gone. I unsubscribed from promotional emails and unfollowed influencers who made me want to buy more. At first, it felt strange. I missed the little thrill of online shopping. But then, a new kind of satisfaction took over. Seeing my spending drop, watching our bank balance stay stable. Every time I felt the urge to buy something, I'd whisper to myself, "Would you rather have this? Or your $20,000 safety net?" Slowly, the answer became easier. Within 3 months, we saved almost $500 just by not buying what we didn't need. That was the first spark of hope. Step 2, earning from what we already had. Next, I turned my attention to the clutter around us. Our closets were overflowing with clothes, shelves stacked with shoes I no longer wore, boxes of skincare products gathering dust. And since I was pregnant, half my wardrobe didn't even fit anymore. I realized we were sitting on hidden money, unused things. So I started selling. I created listings on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and Poshmark. I took pictures, wrote honest descriptions, and priced them fairly. At first it was slow, but when I sold my first pair of shoes for $25, I felt so proud. Then came a purse for $40, a dress for $20, a stack of books for $50. Each sale, no matter how small, felt like progress. Jack joined me too. He sold some old tools and spare car parts he no longer needed. Over a few months, we made over $200 just from decluttering. The house felt lighter, and so did our hearts. We put every single dollar straight into our emergency fund account. That experience taught me something valuable. You don't always need to earn more. Sometimes you just need to use what you already have. Step 3, cooking at home and cutting takeout. Before pregnancy, I loved the convenience of takeout. After long shifts, I'd order pizza, burgers, or Thai food without thinking twice. It felt like a reward after a tiring day. But now being at home, I started noticing how much money we spent on ordering food, sometimes $300 a month. So I made another decision. I will learn to cook properly. My mother-in-law became my greatest teacher. She would take me to the local farmer's market, showing me how to pick fresh vegetables, how to look for discounts, and how to ask for deals. She taught me to plan meals, store leftovers, and cook in batches. I started small. Simple dishes like stir-fry, soups, casseroles. Slowly, I got better. Cooking became not just a way to save money, but something I enjoyed. We stopped ordering food almost completely. Our grocery bill went down, our health improved, and the kitchen became a place of warmth and love. Each week, I tracked the savings and about $250 per month, and all of it went into our emergency fund. Step 4, a real saving plan. By now, I had learned 3 powerful habits. Spend less, sell what we don't use, cook at home. But to truly reach $20,000, we needed a structured savings plan. So one evening, I sat down with Jack at the dining table. We opened a separate savings account, labeled it Emergency Fund, and promised never to touch it unless absolutely necessary. We decided to save $400 every month from his paycheck, no matter what. At first, it seemed impossible, but we treated it like a bill, non-negotiable. Rent, utilities, food, savings, always in that order. Some months were tight, but the discipline paid off. Watching that number slowly climb, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 gave us confidence. Every small step mattered. And every time we hit a milestone, we'd celebrate with something simple, like ice cream on a Sunday evening. We were building not just a fund, but a new mindset. 6 months passed in a blur. My belly grew rounder, my heart fuller. The nights were long, filled with baby kicks and quiet prayers. Then one evening, about a week before my due date, I sat beside Jack on our bed. I had just finished checking our bank account. I turned to him, smiling through tears. Jack, we did it. We've reached $20,000. He froze for a moment, then broke into the biggest smile I'd ever seen. He pulled me close and whispered, "I'm so proud of you, Jess. We did this together." We both cried that night, tears of relief, pride, and gratitude. That money represented more than just dollars. It represented security, discipline, teamwork, and love. Jack promised that we wouldn't stop there. We'd keep saving, not just for emergencies, but for our child's future, for our parents, and for the dreams we'd once set aside. That night, as I lay beside him, I felt peaceful for the first time in months. We weren't rich, but we were strong. And that strength came from every choice, every sacrifice, every little step we took together. If you're a stay-at-home mom like me, I want you to hear this. You don't need a big job or a huge paycheck to build financial security. What you need is determination, awareness, and patience. Start small, cut unnecessary spending, sell what you don't need, cook at home and track every dollar. Save a fixed amount every month, even if it's $50. Don't be discouraged by slow progress. Every little step counts. One day, you'll look back, just like I did, and realize how far you've come. Our $20,000 emergency fund didn't just change our finances, it changed me. It gave me confidence, peace, and a deep belief that even from home, I could build something powerful for my family. So to every mother listening, you are capable, you are resourceful, and your small steps today can become your family's safety tomorrow. Keep going, you'll get there. You can do this too. If my story gave you courage, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe so we can walk this financial journey together, and share it with another mom who might need a little hope today. And tell me in the comments, what's the first step you'll take?